Now we review The Price We Pay. Ladies and gents, I am Richard Leland Neal. This is Random Street Theater, and I have just seen The Price We Pay. I want to, of course, remind you that for every 1,000 subscribers I do purchase one of these bracelets from 4Ocean. 4Ocean pulls a pot of trash out of the ocean every time I do that, so better world for you and me. Comment, like, and subscribe. The Price We Pay, the trailer for The Price We Pay does exactly what the trailer for The Price We Pay should do by not giving away too much. Trailers these days give away so much that you know what's happening halfway through the movie. This one doesn't do that. This movie starts out with a heist gone messy. They kill a bunch of bad people. They take a hostage. They wind up in the middle of nowhere, needing an extract at a creepy farm. Okay? And as, creepy farms go, I mean, look, this isn't Texas Chainsaw Massacre here, but this farm is plenty creepy. And since you know this is a horror movie, I'm not spoiling anything by saying there's a lot of practical special effects. I think the acting is reasonable. And your final girl there, Gigi Zimbardo, is everything I want in a final girl. She's attractive enough to keep me interesting. She's sympathetic. She's had a hard life. I sympathize with her. Okay? There are points when, particularly at the end, when they use CG, the CGI is terrible. The special effects in the early thing are a little plasticky. So yes, there are points where you look at this and you go, okay, that's not great. But, I mean, where this film stands out for me is that, one, I felt for the characters, even the most despicable character who gets torn up. I feel for this man because, he's not a good person, but what happens to him is pretty gnarly. And, I mean, these are not, basically what you have is an episode of Tales from the Crypt. You've got people you don't really like being torn up by people you hate. And the reasons for this hatred, there's a couple of them going around. It's like there is a theme of revenge. Okay? Not with a specific person, though, with the world. The main baddie is angry with the world for what happened and is going, I'm going to make the world pay for it. I'm going to do bad things for that reason. Of course, he also, being a wailing madman, talks about what we do to survive. And, many of the characters in this, although they may not be good people, are essentially doing what they do, trying to survive. Okay? So there is that. And again, it's, as I say, this is really well written in my opinion. There are a couple of points where, things aren't going well, okay? Like, there's a point where it's like somebody's trying to get into a room, and in that room is a person you've taken down that had a gun, and I'm pretty sure that a point-blank shot to the face when that person gets into the room, as we know they're inevitably going to do, would probably end this right there. So there are a couple of points where, things are a little, it's like, okay, you did that for the sake of the plot. You did that for the sake of the plot. It's like, why didn't you just, grab that weapon and use it as opposed to doing the other thing, which did lead us to a more spectacular point, but, it's not a strong motivation. But this is a horror movie, and they tend to be pretty gnarly and not very good. So yeah, I will grant you that this movie has its drawbacks, and you might say, well, okay, people do stupid things when they're in a stressful situation, and that was a stressful situation. Okay? Somebody is coming to kill you right now, and there's nothing but a piece of wood between you with a window in it, is pretty stressful. Gotcha there. And then there's like, well, there's points when the science behind this movie is pretty dumb. Okay? But let's also understand that the science is being performed by someone who's insane. So we have no real knowledge of what's going on here. It could be that things are written the way they're written for the plot, or it could be that this character is simply, that effing weird. And their brain is so rotten from the events of their life that, you kind of feel for them. And in the end, are there people that would wind up in jail from this movie? Yes, but they're not the most evil people in the movie. The people who are the most evil would wind up in an insane asylum. So there's that. But really, it skims along body horror. It's horrible enough to be not gratuitous. And I mean, whereas this is not a perfect film, I say you should place it on your watch list. High on your watch list if you're a gore fan, but I think this is getting like a 50% or a 5 out of 10 stars on most websites. I think that is not what this deserves. It really deserves a 6 or a 7. It's not that bad, okay? This would be assuming a film like, say, Nightmare on Elm Street, which I'm sure if you look hard enough has its own problems, would be something like a 9, okay? Nightmare on Elm Street had incredible visuals, excellent acting, and was a super body horror. This is a milder body horror meant for a more modern audience, and whereas it is effective in its scares, and if you pay attention to the film you will feel for the characters, it has its glaring flaws. Okay, again, I thought this was a pretty solid movie. I would recommend it for anyone who wants to see a horror movie. I would not recommend it if that's not your thing. Okay, anyway, so that's just my opinion. I'd love to hear yours in the comments below. I, of course, am Richard.
Yeah! Hairball! Hi folks, Randall the Rat here, reminding you once again to comment, like, and subscribe, because this channel will buy a bracelet from the company 4Ocean for every 1,000 subscribers. And when they do that, that means that they'll pull a pound of trash out of the ocean. Now, you humans have put a lot of trash in the ocean, and we need to get a lot of trash out of the ocean. So not only should you comment, like, and subscribe, but you should probably share this with your friends. Or I'll eat you. I might eat you anyway, because I'm a rat that loves to eat people, but hey, comment, liking, and subscribing means I'm less likely to eat you.